kí láti Ọ̀ṣun state bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń darapọ̀ mọ́ wa. Ǹjẹ́ probability bí ẹ lè bá mi translate ẹ̀ ní àyàn ògbéfọ̀ kí ni probability? Ǹjẹ́ probability pé tí a bá ṣe gbogbo ohun tó yẹ ká ṣe gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹ̀tọ́ nísìn a sì lè máa sọ èdè yìí, nítorí pé ohun tó fi lè mú èmi máa sọ pé kò ń ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀ ni mo mọ̀ ní èdè wa, because Gẹ̀ẹ́sì ni gbogbo à ń sọ tó pọ̀ jù, àti pé ẹni tó ń gbé nílùú òyìnbó fún 20 years plus, generation kejì lèmi, màmá tèmi ni generation àkọ́kọ́, èmi wá bá màmá mi, èmi náà ti bí àwọn ọmọ kalẹ̀. Ǹjẹ́ tí a bá ní ká máa lọ nínú Nàìjíríà, tí a bá sọ pé a fẹ́ Yorùbá nation àbí a fẹ́ lọ ní wákàtí kan pé kí Nàìjíríà máa exist, kí ni probability pé èdè yìí gan kò ní go into extinction? Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ mọ nǹkan pè ní pé kí ìwọ̀n kan ti wà rí kó má wà rí mọ́. They are not seeing the long term, short term. Mo kí láti Èkìtì. Short term làpọ̀lọpọ̀ ọmọ Yorùbá ń wò, wọ́n wo the long term pé, and kí ló mean by long term? Ẹ máa rò pé long term tá à ń sọ yìí ó máa pẹ́. You have to bear with us, and nobody forced me to speak English. You see, when I'm running my program, as much as I appreciate everyone and I'm communicating to the global community, nobody should say speak English, neither nobody should tell me to speak Yoruba. It is your own prerogative if you want to sit here and listen. And if you don't want to listen, I believe even if I'm not the only one online right now, there are so many things that you can watch, even a repeated program. I understand we have our Biafra brothers, but you want to listen, but you don't tell me when to speak English and when to speak Yoruba, and that goes to my brothers in the Yoruba as well. Bishen Solo, this is both not just a Yoruba platform. I'm communicating to the global. Mine is different. I'm speaking to the world. But I will speak my language, and I will also speak in English. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ọmọ Yorùbá ẹ ń fi ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá nation yìí a fi ṣeré nítorí pé Yorùbá. So many Yorùbá ń wò pé ó máa ṣe pẹ́ díẹ̀. The time is 8:05. This is a live transmission, just for the benefit of those that are watching. I realize that we still have one more platform. Please do not call me when you know I am live. It could get me very, very hungry, because it's a lot of distraction. Especially, I could have decided to sleep, I could have decided to do other things, but I'm leaving my time. And for you to know that I'm live and you are now calling, whatever you want to say, send it at a WhatsApp. I will pick up the signal from my laptop. My phone is connected to the laptop, and I can monitor a lot of things. Tibati Jilaro, I monitor so many things happening around. We are live on YouTube. Maybe you are not aware. Once again, a very good morning. Kí ni mo fà lọ ni pé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ọmọ Yorùbá tó ń ṣe iyèméjì lórí ìrìn àjò yìí, wọ́n wò pé it will take a very long time after we've declared, after we've got our own nation, before things will get better. But in tí mo fẹ́ fààyàn bẹ̀ ni pé if I have left Nigeria some 20 years plus ago, that means that should we declare Yoruba nation at any point of time, 20 years also will come and go like that. Tí a bá sọ pé a fẹ́ push ọ̀rọ̀ yìí, can knock it once and for all and let everybody make up their mind. That means we are going to run another 8 years in Nigeria, plus another 8 years, plus another 8 years. But for the fact that we are all saying we want to exit Nigeria peacefully, it is the responsibility of every one of us to run faster, accurately. Sometimes it might not be perfect. But it seems a lot of people are confused. They are so much confused in the sense that one twisty or a Yoruba nation to a lot of things. Mo lọ sí post office ní ìjọ òní. Àwọn tó wà níwájú mi wanted to send something to Poland. And when they gave them the price, they were communicating back within themselves in their language. Our language that we are speaking, the longer we stay in Nigeria, the probability that the Western world will damage that language, directly or indirectly. Because our language is not the official language in Nigeria as of today. But in terms of it, there will not be any need as inferior complex. In terms of inferior complex, ni pé kéèyàn máa kọ́kọ́ wò lọ́kàn ara ẹ̀ lẹ́mìí ara ẹ̀ pé for the fact that I cannot speak èdè Gẹ̀ẹ́sì, I am nobody. You will not have to feel like that. Nígbà tí a bá dá dúró gẹ́gẹ́ bí orílẹ̀-èdè. It seems this phone has completely now bakuta. It's gone. Can't do anything anymore. Let me get my other phone that I'm charging so that we can get the next platform up. Once again, it's 10 minutes past 8 a.m. Mokibubua. I understand that a lot of Yorubas that are loving Nigeria, not for the fact that Nigeria is working for them. We're going to be switching, those of you on Olayemi Koiki, I'm going to be switching the phone around, so I might stop that broadcast because Odanke set up Twitter, me sorry phone LA. So I'm going to switch over, so there might be probability that that will stop, the one you're watching from that there. Once again, a very good morning and welcome. Mokibubua níbikíbi tí ẹ ti ń darapọ̀ mọ́ wa. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn tó wà nílé sọ pé, why do you want Yoruba nation when Nigeria is a big country? We have lived together side by side. The only problem we are having is we don't have good leadership. But èyí tí wọ́n sọ fún yín ni pé tí a bá exit kúrò nínú Nigeria peacefully, we will not have any need. We will not have any need or any reason at all pé àṣẹ tí ó máa wá láti north. Let me get this clear fún gbogbo àwa tá ń gbọ́ wa. Tẹ́ bá ní Nàìjíríà ní kó continue, that means pé àṣẹ tí wọ́n máa pa àti òkè ló ti máa wá, kò ní wá láti ìsàlẹ̀. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ lè máa ní a ní government, and that means we have the governor, we have the senator, we have the House of Reps. But àṣẹ tí ó máa darí gbogbo wọn àti Abuja ló ti máa continue. But in tó bá ti mú wa stop pé àṣẹ Nàìjíríà mọ́, àṣẹ tí ó máa wá láti ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ní àti máa pàṣẹ yẹn. Àṣẹ yẹn ní wá láti òkè mọ́. And ìyẹn ṣe pàtàkì, ó ṣe kókó, because ìdí tí a ṣe fẹ́ jẹ́ kí àṣẹ kó máa wá láti ọ̀dọ̀ tiwa gangan, tí bá dẹ̀ sọ pé àṣẹ mí pé gbogbo tí a máa fi run ní economy wa, tá máa fi run ìjọba, kò ní jẹ́ nínú èdè Gẹ̀ẹ́sì mọ́. Ní any other choice than pé èdè abínibí wa, èdè tí mò ń sọ yìí, ẹni tó bá mọ̀ délẹ̀ tán á lọ kọ́. Òun la máa fi run operation ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. But àwọn tó wà nílé tí wọ́n ń sáré Nàìjíríà doesn't seem to know. But àwọn kan mọ̀. I'm talking about at least àwọn elite wa. Wọ́n mọ̀ the advantage pé kí ìran kan kó wà kó jẹ́ pé èdè tiẹ̀ ló máa jẹ́ bí communication line. Ìṣesí wa, ìlànà wa. Thank you so much, Freedom Force. And we appreciate all our Biafra brothers and the rest of those from different parts of the globe that are watching. But one thing is, so millions of Yorubas at home presently, not that they love Nigeria to that extent, but their concern is, why should we have Yoruba nation as against keeping Nigeria? And I'm asking the question, should we not allow Nigeria to die peacefully? The consequence of that in the long term would have impact. Ó máa ní ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ in tó máa ṣe fún wa, tó máa ní effect. Ṣẹ̀rí effect tá ṣe rọra rí nísìn is just small out of in tó máa ṣẹlẹ̀. Should we allow Nigeria to continue in another years to come? I'm not talking about next year. I'm not talking about in 8 years. I'm not talking about in 20 years. I'm talking about maybe in another 100 years. And a lot of us will have died. Probably some of us will remain. Because if you add 100 years to your age, I don't think some of us would like to be here again. I would not want to be here. I would rather want to be gone. Because I'll be 144. So until you're back for 144 and you still don't want to go. So it now shows that we are not going to be here forever. We are only here temporarily. And some of us will stop the journey at some point, whether painfully or something that will go and we will say, Baba to kú yẹn, àwọn yẹn ráyé lò. But the concern of so many Nigerians now is, they think everything is about jamboree. Whoa, the long term of staying together within a location that could become a threat even years to come. But if we do everything within our power, within the means, within our intellectual, we could stop Nigeria before 2023. It It has been done before, and it can be repeated again. What the international community will say is, there is problem in Nigeria, but those problems can be managed. But they are not going to tell you how long we should manage it, because for the last 62 years of Nigeria, I think Awamo Yoruba, we have tolerated more than enough. Does not mean that part of the problem that should have allowed us to go longer than this kò ṣe lẹ́yìn àwọn bàbá wa kan àtàwọn ìyá wa kan àtàwọn ẹ̀gbọ́n wa kan àtàwọn àǹtí wa kan for their own selfish gain. Because even what we were given in 1960 is not what we are practicing as of today. But the argument is, as more people are born in Nigeria, they are going through difficulties, but they are also scared to come out of that difficulties. Seripe ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn ó difficult gan, because ẹni tó ń go through problem mainly, whether living in any part of Nigeria today. But we are now saying that we have a better option. It might not be perfect, but at least the whole angle of being together as a country that does not perfect us. But don't think that a lot of those at home cares about what I'm saying. They are more concerned for the fact that to so many of them, this is a jamboree time in Nigeria because it's an election time. So they think it's all about politics. But awati wokoja politics. Because if it was politics, politics would have at least enabling their life to be better in a little way. Not at all, the world is going through a lot. I was watching yesterday China, Taiwan. I took my time yesterday and go back and watch some documentaries and some current news. Thank you so much, my brother, my uncle Kunle Bakers, as you do all the time when you come on the program with the super chat. We appreciate. While I was watching that, they were talking about how China is pushing with Taiwan. They were talking about their military might. They were even giving statistics that, whether accurate or not, that it will take by 2027, China, when it comes to the military might, will go over America. But they were also saying that should China attack Taiwan, which as it is right now, there might be probability. So the world is really unstable as we speak right now. China will lose value in terms of their wealth. They gave us the breakdown because only Biomi Conti straight something, I can't remember now. Let me try and Google it. Straight. China is like the main waterways. Yeah, Taiwan straight China. China would have to sacrifice a lot to mobilize their military to get into Taiwan, because America is prepared, because Joe Biden was asked if he would go and defend Taiwan, and he said yes. I know that does not concern us, but what I'm trying to say is, good morning, my brother, Citizen AY. and welcome to the program. What I'm trying to say is, the world itself as we speak right now is very, there's a lot of bouncing. Let me come back again. But while that program was going on, what I was picking there between these two countries is that their language was what was being said in China at the Taiwan. But those Nigerians that are Yorubas, all their concern now is we should rescue Nigeria. And my question is, since we have this option, since we have this opportunity so that we can all engage, why should we try to rescue Nigeria? Yesterday, I don't know whether some of you have been following the news in Mali, but let me put that up. The Western world would always want to use whatever means to keep Nigeria together. And they're very smart in doing so. They have the human resources, they have the manpower, they have the money. But àwa tí a sọ pé àwa ìran ọmọ aládé, àwa la máa sọ pé no, the Western world cannot tell us to continue with Nigeria. But how do we do so? That will reflect in the mega rally that we have been told. I'm not going to appreciate you because I appreciate the media. So I think you are new on this program, Mr. Shegun Fagbule. Let me read what your comment is. So, are you selecting people you appreciate online? Yes, I do. If that's what you want to hear. She media lẹ́yìn. She you go join sitani. Are you citizen AY? Are you good in? Instead of you to listen, you are asking if I select people. Yes, if I select, what has that got to do with you? Everybody has known you. There's so many media that you can go and listen to. Don't, if you'd like, you can get the fuck out of the broadcast. I don't give a toss. I'm sorry. I'm appreciating Citizen AY. Sharing me Citizen AY. Idiot people all over the place. And I don't regret saying that. It may risk life with me. Tibawa appreciate and then so what? Any more life to me risk. Lórí nǹkan tá gbé dání. Mọ̀ pé British government lè pa mí sí ìbá yìí. Abẹ́rẹ́ pé nǹkan tá gbé dání nǹkan kékeré ni. Don't you think that they can poison me quietly? Ìbá ti rí gbogbo ti ṣe rí náà fáwọn kan rí. Níta gbé dání yóò ṣe ẹ̀rù pé nǹkan kékeré ni mo gbé dání ni. So if I appreciate people and I don't appreciate you, if that is going to be an upset to you, please just get the hell out of the broadcast. Let's continue. French military has now withdrawn from Mali and they have now redeployed to Niger Republic. I don't think some of you have noticed that. French military have now withdrawn from Mali. Kí lẹ rò pé wọ́n ṣe kúrò nínú Mali? It's because the government in Mali has put down its foot. Ǹjẹ́ àwa ọmọ Yorùbá ìjà ready láti put foot wa down pé interfere, we are not going to back down, regardless of whatever is going to be. I want to review this letter again. We've done part of it. I'm talking about the letter that was written to dead or alive Buhari The reason why I always use that phrase, Buhari died, it doesn't make any difference to us because Buhari call Anthony Eja. I'm not fighting to tell my people to leave Nigeria because of Buhari. Because Buhari that is alive or dead does not have any impact to how my life should be. Because let me give you an example. If Buhari is even alive, if I use the word if, because there are so many evidence, but I don't want to go into that too much, that Buhari is not alive. But that is a conversation for another day. And don't tell me that it is not possible. We're living in a world that things happen. But like I said, we will find out later. But looking at it that even if Buhari is alive, Shama sọ pé nítorí Buhari tó wà ní government àti Ọ̀ṣínbàjò, we should not demand to exit Nigeria. Once again, go and look that report that came out yesterday, and it goes like this from the ministry des Arms, which is, this is the statement that came out from the French government. Operation Bakani, recognition of the force outside Mali, Paris, August 15, 2022, press release. Today at 1300, Tabani 1300 is a 24 hours clock, Lomin. We use it here in UK, but it literally means 1 p.m. The last military unit of Bakani force present on the Malian territory crossed the border between Mali and Niger. It came from Operation Desert Platform of Gio, which was handed over to the Malian Army Force this morning. In compliance with the decision made by the President of French Republic on the 17th of February 2002, the Bakken Force in Mali has been... So they've been there for a very long time. The Western world will continue to deceive us. But it is entirely up to us to say to the Western world, we are taking back what belongs to us peacefully, or the other way around. After 9 years that the French have been operating in Mali, they are now finally pulling back because government in Mali sọ pé òun ò fẹ́ wọn ní inú ìgboro. So that means that at some point we should be prepared that if, as at the time, at the appropriate time, that the decision to exit Nigeria comes, we should be bold enough to say that a country that would not probably agree with us would have to exit until we have a new mutual agreement. We will have a new MOU. We will have a new relationship, because what everybody needs to understand presently right now, gbogbo arrangement tó wà nínú Nigeria nísìn, whether the international, whether the foreign policy, is not to save or support the Yoruba territory. So what I'm trying to say is, don't expect that every part of the world would literally want us to break. Even though as a lot of engagement by telling the international community the same world that we are looking right now, as much as we are telling them that we want to go, some will be telling you it is not the appropriate time. Some will tell you, okay, when you go, how do you want to do this? They want to even continue to tell us directly or indirectly how we run our operation. We must not allow and tolerate that at the appropriate time, because they have been the same people that kept us in this danger. But how do we all do that? Ṣé ọ̀run àwọn leaders wa nìkan la máa fi sí àbí gbogbo wa all together? That will mean that if we all want exit out of Nigeria, even Baba Pirali in 3, 5, 2, 1 week or whatever days, we should all be prepared to come out. That's number one. So I'm going to go straight into the letter because of my time constraint. I know where we've read it up to. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to read where we read it up to, then I'll continue from there once again. Dear Mr. President, the Yoruba Self-Determination Movement respectfully write this letter to you for and on behalf of the indigenous people of Southwest of Nigeria, inclusive of the Yoruba citizens of the 6th state of the Yoruba Southwest Zone, Ekiti, Lagos, Ogun, Ondo, Osun, and Oyo State, and the Yoruba citizens part of Kogi, Kwara, Delta State, and all the south of the Middle Niger River in Nigeria. The Yoruba Self-Determination Movement is a movement comprising well over 100 Yoruba self-determination organizations based at home in the Yoruba homeland in Nigeria and abroad in most countries of the world. The Yoruba Self-Determination Movement collaborates the said many Yoruba self-determination organizations in the highest service of Yoruba self-determination agitation and struggle. Mr. President, the Yoruba Self-Determination Movement now serves you notice of the decision of the Yoruba people to accept their right to self-determination, which right of self-determination is inalienable, unquestionable right of every indigenous nation in the world, which is enshrined in many international instruments that provide for the system of order of the modern world. Upon accepting this right of self-determination, we Yoruba nation shall be free to determine our political status, pursue our economic, social, and cultural development according to policies chosen independently by us, and to live under the government independently chosen and ordered by us. In short, in light of the worsening and painful plight of our Yoruba people in Nigeria, an overwhelming majority of the coalition of the Yoruba social cultural community and non-governmental organizations have resolved to pursue of the decision. Over 5 million members of our Yoruba adult population have within a short time signed a petition to affirm without equivocation their support for creating an independent Yoruba state. Consequently, Mr. President, this letter on behalf of all our Yoruba people formally gives you the notice of the decision of the overwhelming majority of our Yoruba nation and people to exercise our right to self-determination to have our independent and sovereign country separated from Nigeria. Formally informs you that we desire to commence this process of self-determination officially so as to establish our independent, sovereign country as soon as possible, hopefully in constructive dialogue with the government of Nigeria. The Yoruba Self-Determination Movement is committed to a peaceful approach to achieving our objective through negotiation with the government of Nigeria. We hope this process will lead to the establishment of the sovereign Yoruba nation state expeditiously and lead to a mutual agree and outcome. Now we're going to continue to review from the next page. I will only take as much as I can. I will note where we stopped and we will continue the review. Let me say this. Our exit out of Nigeria would happen. There's no doubt in my mind about it. I have no doubt in my mind. Some will say, are we prepared? We don't have to be perfect. Some will say that the Nigerian government have the military might to crush us. Yeah, now whether Buhari dead or alive, all these will come out in years to come. But let's focus, because Konshitori Buhari mokina da gbogbo ìyàwó alálùbáríkà ẹ̀tẹ̀yìn bàbá wa mo fi tọwọ́tọwọ́ mo fi kí gbogbo àwọn mùsùlùmí mo kí Kristẹni mo kí àwọn oníṣẹ̀ṣe. Our focus should be living Nigeria. Buhari dead or alive cannot stop. Osibajo cannot stop what we are doing. None of our Yoruba politicians, none of our kings can stop it. We would leave Nigeria without any doubt in my mind. Even in the midst of so many things that a lot of you will quietly not want to say, or you will quietly take notes. And there's a lot, even if we don't go into all the details. The Yorubas are the most intelligent people, and people can read things even if you don't say it. But let me say something. In the midst of whatever you are seeing, or whatever you are hearing, or whatever you are thinking, Yoruba Madaduro. And that's the fact. Even I want to won't fair, we can law, they will have no other choice than to go with us, because it is the best way for us moving forward. But we must all be prepared to make sure that nobody, it doesn't matter whoever they are, after everything we are doing now, wants to say, I'm going to take the whole charge of what we are doing. And I'm not talking about presently now. There are people that are sitting quietly and they're just waiting. Things will not be as it is when we go out of Nigeria. I would want us to operate with a constitution that allows the citizen to ask a lot of questions. But one thing we can say is, the time is now or never. I know a lot of you, even if you don't say anything, you can read between lines. You can say things and you're asking questions. Are we going to go? But I'm giving you the assurance again today that we will go out of Nigeria. Now let's go back into the letter. Mr. President, we Yoruba have taken our time to consider various options available to us as civilized people in today's world. I want you to take note of that. We Yoruba people have taken time to consider various options. The question is, I want to dúró pé option tó wà nílẹ̀ nísìnyí pé we should go for 2023. So that means that way, as much as our concept no, at wo variant here, at gbéyẹ̀wò, at wo the angle, at wo the probability, should we continue with Nigeria? Some say no. Lè stop. But can Nigeria come continue? Listen, for reason known to them. Because if anybody is still saying that we should keep them, I'm not talking about the Igbo people that want Nigeria. I'm not talking about the Arewa people, because those ones are not representing us indigenous people, and that goes to all the other ethnic groups. I'm actually talking about the Yorubas tó wà láàrin wa, whether they are living in Nigeria of today, whether they are living in any other part of the world today. And trust me, there are millions of them that will also tell you that argument yìí pé kí Nigeria kó pín yẹn is not something that we should put into consideration right now. But what they do not understand is the long term of that is going to backfire every one of us. So what I will now say to those that are in that category, like I always say, we are not fighting you. It is not about the little àwọn tẹ́yìn máa rò, some taba síkọ̀ ní sàǹfààní ẹ pé àwọn agbèrò máa bà nǹkan jẹ́ wọn níjà lọ. No. I'm talking about those that knows the back end of the corrupt system that we have right now, and I'm talking about our millionaires that are Yorubas. Some of them will never want Nigeria to break. But let me say something to you. Some might want, but they might not probably want to say it now, because they are concerned that should they say so, the government of the day. Let me say something. When I use the word the government of the day, I will say it again and again. I'm talking about Sultan of Sokoto. Sultan of Sokoto is in charge, controlling what we call the Nigeria of today. Even if Buhari is still alive, Buhari is no longer in charge of his government. His government have been taken off him. And I use the word if Buhari is still alive today. Sultan of Sokoto is controlling and in charge of today Nigeria. Ooni of Ife knows. They all know. Ooni of Ife of today can categorically stop us from being part of Nigeria, but he's not going to do so. He has the power. Kó pàṣẹ láàárọ̀ yìí pé a ṣe Nigeria mọ́, and that will be the end of Nigeria. The reason why we are dragging like this is because there's a something between these our first class big traditional rulers and the North that is not coming to the public domain. This doesn't have to be a full proportion blown of war. If we say we don't want to be part of Nigeria, our king can come out today and say we don't want to be part of Nigeria. And that automatically stop Nigeria while arrangement and engagement of what should happen to the boundary, because the only option that will be the first key is our border. Ooni of Ife, Ojaja II has the power to stop it, but he's not going to do so. I will leave that for you to think about. He has the same power within him, láàárọ̀ kó pàṣẹ, and that àṣẹ supersede everything within the Yoruba land, and we will go and protect our borders. But they're playing a lot of politics in Nigeria of today. We have considered the various options available to us as civilized people in today's civilized world. We have arrived at the most reasonable conclusion and the most sustainable option in the best interest of our people. But how come those that are also meant to be on that same boat with us, why are they not thinking in the same direction like us? Why do you think they are not? Ṣé gbogbo ala máa wà níbẹ̀ forever? Mo fún yín ní example, I think 2 or 3 days ago. Where is the previous Ooni of Ife? Where is he now? He's gone. Where is the previous Aláàfin of Ọ̀yọ́? He's gone. So that shows that we are not going to be here forever. Where is those individuals you know around you? So why must it be difficult for every Yoruba to allow us to go now and then take care of our borders, take care of our new economy, and prepare our mind for the new world era that will be best interest for the Yoruba people as against being in Nigeria today? Is the fact that majority of those that have looked at that do not want it to happen. Ọ̀rọ̀ tó wà nílẹ̀ yìí can be resolved and stopped, but we will never get all the majority that we want, even if we tell them everything. There will still be some that will say, no, we don't want to be. Wọ́n ṣe fi this sentiment pé we've been together for too long to disintegrate. But the only thing to fit change is that the border will be reviewed. Àwọn tó ń ṣe ọmọ Yorùbá tó fẹ́ wá sọ́dọ̀ wa, what kind of arrangement are we going to have with each other? It's just a border. Border wa gangan la fẹ́ make sure pé we take control back, because border yẹn ló máa fún wa pé ibi báyìí ni àlàwádé tó bá máa wọlé sínú bíbáyìí láti ibi pink yìí, tó bá máa wọlé síbi yellow yìí, àfẹ́mọ̀ta nìyẹn, níbo ló ti ń bọ̀, kí ló fi wá ṣe. We can have a better mutual arrangement with the rest of the north and the southeast on how they will come into our borders. And that means that based on the fact that we have lived together before, we don't have to be hostile, but we still want to know who is who coming in. If you're coming in, whether by the sea, because we will open up our sea that you can come in, but you will go through immigration, and we will make sure that you log in and you also log out after the appropriate time that you are spending in our land. You can do business, you can marry if you want to. Why is it that we don't want that option? But why is it that the option that we are in right now is so difficult that even ọmọ Yorùbá kò tẹ̀lé gbéra nísìn kò tẹ̀ náà tẹ̀ ń lọ Abuja? Because Abuja is the capital city, but it is not even meant for the Yoruba people. Do you know that there are some things that you can do that if you want to do láàárọ̀ ó kọ́kọ́ gbọ́dọ̀ gbé dé Abuja? Why should we allow that to continue when we can stop it and say that àwa la fẹ́ ní border wa, àwa la fẹ́ ní resources wa, àwa la fẹ́ run economy wa to the best interest of our people? And that is why the letter, we're reviewing the letter that was sent to Buhari. So it says again, Mr. President, we Yoruba have taken our time. Have we not taken our time after 62 years of independence? Have we not taken our time after 108 years? But don't expect people like Obasanjo. Don't expect people like Bode George. Don't expect people that you think that will be involved with do what we want to do. Don't expect all your politicians. Your politicians are thinking that they're going to be here forever. You're not going to be here forever. We will all leave at some point. But ní dúró kẹ́ bá ti wá jẹ́ mọ́ ká tó lọ. That is what I want us to remember. Because the more tí ẹ bá allow pé kí gbogbo wa ká jáde sí mega rally ká fọwọ́pọ̀, your politicians want you to continue to be in that same bracket of slave, of manipulation, marginalization. Kò ń ṣe Hausa àti àwọn Fúlàní nìkan ló marginalize wa. Àwọn Yoruba politicians are literally marginalizing us as well. And nítorí pé àṣẹ tó ń gbà ó favour àwọn láti suppress wa, láti subdue wa mọ́lẹ̀. And it is time that we stop that peacefully. And I use the word peacefully, but I know at the back of my mind it will be very difficult, because these politicians are not ghosts. We have arrived at the most reasonable conclusion and the most sustainable option in the best interest of our people. Kí ló dé tí interest yìí àwọn ọba, àwọn baálẹ̀, àwọn ìjòyè, àwọn politician, kí ló dé tí interest yìí kò mú àwọn? Ó ṣe jẹ́ àwa ta náà fẹ́ lọ nìkan ni interest yẹn wù. Because ẹni tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ ní bank lẹ́nìí tó jẹ́ ọmọ Yorùbá, ẹni tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ ní different public or private sector tó jẹ́ ọmọ Yorùbá, you do not have a better say in what is called Nigeria today, and everybody knows that. So why is it that this conclusion is difficult for our kings? Ẹ̀kọ́ lẹ́tà sáwọn ọba. Must we write letter to the kings before they know the needful? Must we write letter to the politicians before they know that these options that we are currently in Nigeria today after 60 years does not favor any Yoruba person? It will probably favor few. As I came online this morning, I saw Okewo. How many of you knows him? He's a millionaire, whether in pounds or in naira or billionaire. Don't expect that every Yoruba wants us to go. I don't know his view, but I'm just want to let you know that this is somebody that I met here in London. You all call these people millionaire. I don't see millionaire in them. When what you call all these, you think all these men have the interest of Yoruba people in their heart? The former ambassador to UK, that had his birthday in London, I remember, or maybe somebody can remind me. The former Nigerian High Commissioner to London, not the present one, the previous one. During his birthday, I met this man you call Okewo. That was the first time I was meeting him. Let's say as a Nigerian, but as a Yoruba man, and as a Yoruba man to Yoruba man. Tade. Yeah, I need a full name. When I got to where the party was going to be held in London here, I got an intel, Justice George Oguntade. He had his 80th birthday. I'm sure you all saw it on the blog, Muriembe Walata. Morning. I guess you're probably on your way to work. Eyamo Yoruba, àwọn olówó yóò nífẹ̀ẹ́ yín. Imagine pé tó bá jẹ́ pé wọ́n ní olówó máa ń fowó ṣàánú ni, ìbí nǹkan tó máa ń sọ nìyẹn. I don't think you understand some of these your wealthy Yoruba millionaire. George Oguntade had an 80th birthday in London, and I got an intel. I can mention my intel now because he's no longer alive. Otumba Dapo Williams gave me the information that there will be a party in London and party in Legon, but I was not going to be. He wanted to get me an invite. Let me tell you something. All these your wealthy men and women, I pity a lot of Yoruba people. tẹ́ bá jẹ́ ká lọ. Dapò Williams, may so rest in peace. I told you, kò sí tí Buhari bá fi wá sí ìlú yìí, whether the dead one or the one that was alive, it will be number one to be told. They had a lot of problem here àwọn APC. There's faction, one sàgùsẹ̀ àwọn jà gidi gan ni o, faction. But Dapò Williams is the one that Buhari recognized. And Dapò Williams loved me to death. He called me and he says, Àbúrò la máa ń pè mí. Àbúrò, àwọn party kan máa wá sí London ní weekend yìí o, ó máa lé gan. Mo ní mo ní tani, wọ́n ní ambassador ló fi ṣe party, but mo fi gbé ẹgbà invite, but wọ́n náà wọ́n fẹ́ o. Ọmọ Yorùbá sọ fún ọmọ Yorùbá pé kó sọ pé àwọn ò fẹ́ Koiki Media kó wá sí party yẹn. I pity a lot of you that were nílé thinking that you have reasonable olówó Nigeria, olówó Yoruba, and you want them to have this, you want them to consider option that was a big law. I told you that I know every one of them from top to bottom. Be Buhari. Only but into the ṣe ni pé ṣe mọ̀ pé media ni wọ́ ìwọ máa mọ bó ṣe lè bọ̀ má sọ pé mi ni mo ní èmi mo fún ẹ ní information yẹn àmọ́ ẹ̀gbọ́n yẹn fi tó kù lẹ́fẹ̀ẹ́ mi ìgbà tẹ́tí fẹ́ mi ní information yẹn kékeré ní ìtókù information lẹ́fẹ̀ẹ́ mi yẹn èmi á ṣiṣẹ́ lé lórí ẹ̀yẹn náà wọ́rí and I worked on it. I pity Yoruba people. Mo wà lórí live program baba, mo wà lórí live. I go call you when I finish. Okay, alright. Tí bá ṣe tán àsọ̀rọ̀, I go call you. Ẹ má bínú, I have to take that call. Ṣẹ̀rí reason tí mo ṣe ń mú ọ̀rọ̀ yìí jáde kọ́nà bá mi fọ̀rọ̀ kẹ́ Uncle Dapò Williams, so that kí ẹ̀yin tí ẹ wà nílé kẹ́ lè mọ̀ dájú pé olówó ọmọ Yorùbá ò ní dá sọ̀rọ̀ tó wà nílẹ̀ yìí. Even tó bá wọ́n ẹlòmíì nínú wọn tó yẹ kó dá sí, tó bá yẹ kó fi dá sí ni a ti mọ̀ níbi tí ọ̀rọ̀ dé after 3 years, but they're not, because they want Nigeria to continue. Just let me quickly fast track that so that we can go back in the letter. So you matter if you intelligence here, what if you need date, what if you need time? Well, no problem. What pàdé mi níbẹ̀? Do you know the reason why this Yoruba man tẹ́ ń pè ní ṣe justice lẹ́ ń pè? Àwọn bàbá burúkú yẹn. This former ambassador, I was there when Ogun State kí ló máa ń pa àwọn yẹn ní bíbáyìí? Kìíní Association of Ogun State, I don't pay courtesy visit, and I have the picture. I couldn't sorrow without evidence. Right in that embassy, number 9 Otumba land. I was there. I think we were about 9 of us. Ojoko. Abẹ̀rẹ̀ sí dárúkọ ara lẹ́ẹ̀kọ̀ọ̀kan. Nígbà tó dọ́dọ̀ tèmi mo dárúkọ Koiki. I know your dad. Ẹ máa gbọ́rọ̀. I know your dad very well. As introduction. But because one mọ̀ pé I am against their government, the people who are not going to be dead or alive, government will go to by now, Abi. And they knew where I stand, because what gbogbo time here, mo wa here only she party here, but gbogbo time here, you know, about fire, Nigeria dan konko. They want a puppet media where they can give 500. These people that can give you 1,000 to buy support one, or they find 2,000 pounds. Ìyẹn lè ṣe rí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn tó wà níbí báyìí tó ń support Nigeria, because àwọn politician kan tó bá dé nísìn ó lè fún wọn ní 500 pounds. 500 pounds is a lot of money if you are doing Monday to Friday. Ẹlòmíì ní 500 pounds nílùú tó bá níwèé mọ̀ ṣeré o. Àmọ́ àwọn tó yẹ pé wọ́n wà nílùú wọn níwèé 2020 ló ṣẹlẹ̀. So 2020 yẹn ẹ̀rọ bọ́rọ̀ Yorùbá nation ti ń hit up bọ̀ díẹ̀díẹ̀. So Ògúntádé, the former ambassador tó ṣe lọ́tọ̀ yìí, ìyàwó ẹ̀ bíá Yorùbá ni bíá kò ṣe Yorùbá ó ṣáà insist pé Koiki ò gbọ́dọ̀ wá sí party yẹn ò gbọ́dọ̀ invite me but I got there in time ṣèbó hotel àwọn ti fẹ́ ṣe èmi ti dé bẹ́ẹ̀ mo jókòó sí reception ibi tí mo jókòó sí ṣe hàn pé Ọlọ́run tó wá máa ṣiṣẹ́ kódà mo ní kọ́tọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ party yẹn mo ti tẹ́ gbogbo picture ní party yẹn gbogbo ẹni tó wà àtẹni tó wà mo ní table plan yẹn wà lọ́wọ́ mi ó wà ní archive mi because I took pictures of all the table plan pẹ̀lú orúkọ àwọn èèyàn kankan Ebenezer Obelewa akọrin níbẹ̀ it was a big party people travel from all over the world big party gidi là ń sọ yìí while I was sitting down Òkèwọdé òun kọ̀ wọlé ni ẹ̀hàn kò bó ṣe wọlé orí dúdú ibi tẹ́mi jókòó sí nínú reception bẹ́ẹ̀ mi ṣe ni mo ti da moment tó jẹ́ èmi bọ̀ súnmọ́ mo ní ẹ̀rá sà ó làbúrò ní aṣèdé mi èmi àti wife mi mọ́tò Rolls Royce customized Òkèwọdé lórúkọ mọ́tò ẹ̀yẹn jẹ́ lọ́kọ̀ sí plate number brand new or whatever but ó ń dán ṣáṣá ni ó ní mọ́tò mi ó ń bọ̀lá máa pààkì ẹ̀sì àmọ́ ní ẹ̀ máa wọlé dáàdì ẹ̀ máa mọ Yorùbá mo pọ́n wọn lé dáadáa ẹ̀ máa gbọ́dọ̀ tí mo sọ yìí mo ń sọ̀rọ̀ yìí kí wọ́n lè mọ̀ pé olówó tó wà ní Nàìjíríà lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ tó jọmọ Yorùbá kò lè help ẹ̀ àfi ká dá dúró kí ìran Yorùbá dá dúró kí a lè rọ́nà lọ o need the politician o need olówó kankan tí country bá ń ṣiṣẹ́ o need anybody láti lọ máa rábàbà fún wọn but n tó fẹ́ kẹ́ máa ṣe nìyẹn kẹ́ wọ́n máa rábàbà àtẹni tó ní púpọ̀ I'm talking about Òkèwọdé ó wà lórí legit n tí mo fi rántẹ̀ ni pé mo rí lórí legit ó rà pé wọ́n ní Wàsíù ó gbé kankan lọ fún nílé àwọn ọmọ ní pé àmì olówó gidi yéé Ọlọ́run jẹ́ lè rí Òkèwọdé kó lè support mi o wàá gbọ́rọ̀ mi sí ọ̀dẹ̀ mo lè ti fi support ẹ̀ nígbà tó dé yẹn mo lọ bá àwọn reception èmi náà ẹmọ kí mi dẹ̀ tèmi fi wọnú party èdè ti rẹ́ni tó dé so èmi náà fẹ́ take advantage pé ẹni tó dé yìí máa fi ṣe hand luggage fi wọnú party wọn party ò ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ nígbà tí mo sọ yìí wọ́n sì set up the party have not started ṣèlú bá ṣe ń ṣe fún ìnáwó nílé nìyẹn tó bá lọ bá wọn tani family wọn ló wá bá wọn ní tani ẹsẹ̀ pàṣẹ ilé wà lóyún dànù but when we have a Yoruba nation you don't need all this. You don't need all these. Ìtòfin máa mẹ́mi máa sọ̀rọ̀ yìí èmi ń sọ nítorí pé èmi rí àwọn tẹ̀yìn fi ń rò pé wọ́n máa ṣàánú wa tábà nílùú wa I need anybody. Ìyẹn la ṣe láti máa dúpẹ́ fún bàbá Akintoye lóòrèkóòrè ká máa fún bàbá yẹn ládùúrà mo fi rẹ̀ sílẹ̀ ká máa dúpẹ́ fún gbogbo àwọn tó ń ṣètò ká máa dúpẹ́ fún ìyàwó onítìrì ká dúpẹ́ fún CSI. I was on the phone track with him yesterday. Nígbà tó Òkèwọdé ẹ̀wọ̀n kémi náà fẹ́ wọlé ó ti yé yín so èmi bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí oye mo náà máa wọlé ẹ̀jẹ̀ mo lọ bá reception mo ní this my uncle his car he's gonna park it gbọ́dọ̀ máa park ẹ̀ sí ọ̀kẹ́ Rolls Royce tóbi dáadáa wọ́n fún wọn ní parking space yẹn àwọn níbo ni mo lókè ní sà mo yà tẹ̀lé wọn lọ sókè bí mi ṣe dókè party yẹn nìyẹn bí ṣe máa dókè information ti dọ́dọ̀ àwọn tó ń ṣe party Ògúntádé àtìyàwó ẹ̀ information ti dé wọ́n ti rí fìrìfìrì Koiki gbàtẹ́mi ti wọ inú ibẹ̀ lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀ ní ti take picture ti take picture where was there Ògúntádé ṣàn fà mí mọ́ra pẹ́ mọ̀ for the fact pé ọmọ Yorùbá àjọ ọ̀nà mo dẹ̀ ti ṣe mo ti pọ́n wọlé nísàlẹ̀ a place organist fóònù mi ló fi connect sórí internet wọ́n ní internet ńkọ́ mo náà ṣe hotspot tèmi dáàdì mo bá tan hotspot mi ó connect mọ́ lórí fóònù ẹ̀ kan ó mọ ọmọ ẹ̀ kan wá ìyàwó ẹ̀ náà ọjọ́ jókòó wọ́n ti bá tó ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ o so àtúnbá wọn èmi náà ṣáà ń ṣe káràmásìkì gbẹ̀bí àmà lè wà ní pàtí yẹn tá a máa fi óyè yín èmi tí mọ̀ pé information ti dókè pẹ̀lú àwọn játijàti bàbá tó lóun mọ bàbá tèmi àṣewọ́ ti kún lókè ọmọ àṣewọ́ ránṣẹ́ sí mi nísàlẹ̀ but mo ti take video mo ti take picture so wá tí ìyẹn play organist yẹn mo ti ṣe video ẹ̀, mo ní video yẹn lọ́wọ́, màá post video ẹ̀, màá post ẹ̀ sórí social media wa lẹ́yìn again. ẹ wá dúpẹ́ fún Ìgbòho. màá kọ́ máa wo ìgbà tí mo wà lọ́dọ̀ Ìgbòho àti oríṣiríṣi èèyàn kọ́ máa wọlé ilé lówó náà lẹ́kàn wọ̀ báyìí, because èmi ti rírọ àwọn tẹ̀yìn pẹ̀lú lówó tí wọ́n tọ́ lè àǹfààní kan pátá fẹ́ ṣe, just to fast track it. n bá Ògúntádé ya picture, but tó bá jẹ́ pé ó fẹ́ lọ toilet, ìyẹn Ògúntádé ó fẹ́ lọ tọ̀, ó wá kó fóònù ẹ̀ méjèèjì ó kó lé mi lọ́wọ́. ẹ̀rọ àbúrò wọ́n yá gbàgbàgbàgbà ìgbó dání jáde, mo fẹ́ lọ rí zara mi. àjọ̀dé toilet náà ni, but àwọn wọnú kí lè mi dúró síta. ẹ mọ̀ pé that's something tó bá jẹ́ pé n tó jẹ́ pé kò rówó rí àbí kíní kan. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. And the phone were open, they were not locked. ó kó fóònù ẹ̀ méjèèjì tó kó dání wá síbẹ̀ yẹn ó kó lé mi lọ́wọ́. so bá ṣe jáde nínú toilet báyìí, èèyàn kọ́kọ́ sọ̀kalẹ̀ wá bá mi ni wọ́n ní Mr. Koiki, ẹni ẹ̀ mọ̀ mi dáadáa lára àwọn Yorùbá, lára àwọn diaspora. ẹni ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ ń wúwo láti wá sọ fún mi. ó ní Mr. Koiki, ó ní ẹ má bínú, ó ní kò ń ṣe mi o, ó ní but àǹtí náà wọ́n fẹ́ rí ní pàtì. àǹtí tó ń sọ yẹn ìyẹn ìyàwó Ògúntádé. These are the same set of people in Nigeria today that would not want Nigeria to break. No problem. So wọ́n á sọ fún ọ̀kẹ́ ọwọ́ pé èmi ti ń lọ sa wọ́n ní pàtó ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ àbúrò báwo ló ṣe lọ mo ní náà mo ní lẹ́sẹ̀kẹ́ mo ní ìyàwó ambassador wọn náà wọ́n fẹ́ rí mi ní pati. ọ̀rọ̀ tí mo sọ yẹn ó wọnú egungun Ògúntádé díẹ̀ kí ló wá lè fẹ́ ṣẹlẹ̀ ẹ mọ̀ ó fẹ́ máa pé kí ló wá lè ṣẹlẹ̀ náà, but ẹ mọ̀ òun kọ́ ló ṣe pati, ọ̀rẹ́ ní gbogbo wọn. So yẹ̀kọ́ rí you will have go with the phone lábẹ́ fi ẹ̀ ṣe. èmi kò fi jẹ́ kí èyí tẹ wà nílé kẹmọ̀. so ibi tí wọ́n fẹ́ sọ fún nísìnyí pé ẹ mọ̀ pé nígbà tí wọ́n ní mò ń lọ yẹn ẹ bèrè pé Ògúntádé fi Ògúntádé òkè ẹwó. imagine ṣé tó bá jẹ́ pé DJ Copy lọ́pàdé tí wọ́n bá fẹ́ fún lówó, mo kàn ń bẹ example ni o, because gbogbo ọlọ́mọra wọn kakos ni gbogbo wọn, they are all kakos. ẹ bèrè pé ló fún mi pé kí n gbà, mo tán owó yẹn dáhùn nígbà tí mo fẹ́ máa lọ. ó wá ń sọ fún ìyàwó ẹ̀ ẹja ìwọ́n kankan fún àbúrò, ẹja ìwọ́n kankan fún àbúrò. ọwọ́ ayẹwo náà bí i £30. ṣé woman yẹn second wife ni? ìyẹn woman ni tó tẹ̀lé Justice Ògúntádé wá sí London. Is the second wife kò ń ṣe first wife. What I'm just trying to say is, so that we move forward with our conversation here, is don't ever think that all these àwọn Yorùbá lówó they will be involved ní nǹkan tá à ń lọ ẹ̀. ẹ̀hún tó bá tẹ̀ jẹ́ pé ó yọ wàzó méjì 50-50 owó wà ní wallet wọn wọ́n máa ń yọ kọ́bọ̀kọ́bọ̀ ọmọ tó rò owó rí. àmúlẹ̀ àdáde má wọrí mẹ́rin láì wọ́n fẹ́ náà má wọrí. èmi náà ṣáà lo style mo gbowó yẹn lọ́wọ́ wọn. ẹni tó wá sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ fún àpèjì pé bínú pé ìdùnnú àǹtí mi bá ń ti ṣe máa ń ṣe nìyẹn o. iye ìyàwó wèrè Ògúntádé ẹni ọ̀rọ̀ tí mo sọ yìí ẹni pé tó bá yẹ pé mo parọ́ mọ́ wọn pé kó gbóògùn bọ́tà kó wá fi búra sí. The reason why I came up with this to tell you is, don't expect too much from Yoruba Lowo. Whether they are going to allow us to go or not, don't ever, because they are all the same. Tí Igbo náà wà ń bẹ̀, mo ti lọ ṣiṣẹ́ fáwọn Ìgbìnẹ̀dàn nílùú yìí, the former governor Ìgbìnẹ̀dàn yẹn, kódà àwọn èèyàn tẹ̀sánwó fún mi ìyẹn tún kọ́. Gbogbo ambassador rẹ̀ ló wà nínú party yẹn, because òun ló máa ń host the king of Ashanti. Wọ́n pe king kan ní Ghana, king ẹni tó bá google ẹ̀ Ashanti àbí Ashanti. Every year ìgbìmọ̀ẹ́dọ̀m èmi ò mọ díìlù tọjọ́ ní but according to ẹ̀mọ̀ pé mi journalist tí wọ́n á débi kan máa ń fi mú fẹ́lẹ̀ wọ́n ní ọdọọdún bó ṣe máa ń ṣe anniversary ní London ní Clarence Hotel kí ni ló ní kí n lọ kí ló ń pe bọ̀bọ̀ yìí èyí tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ ní bẹ́ǹtì gbogbo wọn ìkànnì ní gbogbo wọn frontier ní gbogbo wọn I'm talking about èyí tó ní bẹ́ǹtì bẹ̀rẹ̀ mílítì Alexander Soyode gbogbo wọn lọ́mọ míì bẹ́ẹ̀ tẹlifíṣàn náà dà ní sí lọ́la wọ́n kọ́ fi ṣe 419 fi corrupt bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ tẹlifíṣàn ibẹ̀ ni Ọ̀túnba Òsínì ṣiṣẹ́ for a very long time. Ọ̀túnba Òsínì chairman media, he was presenting on Ben television for a very long time. But gbogbo kìíní ẹ̀ front ni Ben television. I know him very well, Alexander Soyode. Òun ló ní kí n lọ cover event yẹn. Event tó bá lè ṣe á pè mí pé àṣé mo wà available àbúrò. Ashanti Apopokun mo mọ deal tó ní but anyway so kò ń ṣe pé tó di ti Yorùbá nìkan ìgbìnẹ́dọ̀m at least ọmọ Igbo ṣàlòwọ̀n àbí ria middle belt they are all the same. ẹ imagine kí wọn lọ ṣiṣẹ́ for 5 hours kó dìgbà tó fi gbowó ẹ̀tọ́ ní kó gbowó lọ́wọ́ èèyàn dẹ̀ lọ́ntì ẹ̀ kò bí animali lọ́la. mo ti lọ ṣiṣẹ́ níbi tí emir yín former emir Sanusi àti Alákìjà Bọ́lá Ṣàgáyà ṣe bíbí lọ náà lòun náà they are all shit hole ni mo sọ fún yín shit hole ni gbogbo wọn. ibi tí Bọ́lá Ṣàgáyà wà ni mo pàdé kí ló ń pè ìyálọ́jà yẹn ìyàmọ́ ń sọ fún ìyálọ́jà yẹn pé Yorùbá máa lọ a máa ṣẹ́rí afẹ́fẹ́ bondage gbogbo ara wa kì í má sọ pé yìí we are trying to free ourselves. So that's why I'm saying now, going back to this letter, we have reviewed according to the letter that was sent to Buhari. Yoruba have taken time to kò ń ṣe àwa Yorùbá tá náà fẹ́ lọ ìgbìnẹ́dàn tó èyí tó ṣe gọ́ọ̀nà yẹn kò sí ambassador tó sì níbẹ̀ gbogbo àwọn ambassador yẹn pátápátá lọ fún mi ní to take pictures bóyá kí n jọ kí n bá wọn ṣe direct number wọn ni wọ́n fún mi ó wà lọ́wọ́ mi. So what I'm trying to say is throughout the past 60 years àṣìǹkà lẹ́tà yẹn lọ throughout the past 60 years of independence we Yoruba people have attained to a considerable high level of modern education and modern development than all other black nations before the coming of European colonialism and the amalgamation of hundreds of people to form the country of Nigeria. Have patriotically and consistently made positive effort to impact the lives of the other nationalities of Nigeria with high standard. Ẹ̀gbọ́n kan tó kọ sí bíbá. Ẹ̀gbọ́n kan tó kọ sí bíbá. Ògo adúláwọ̀ wa kò lè jáde as long as we remain in Nigeria. We don't need somebody láti máa lọ dọ̀bálẹ̀ fún wọn láàárọ̀. Even if it's your uncle, your sister, even if don't bother abroad, if the system was working, you would not need that. Because we want to have a system where everybody lives matters. Oh, ní láti ṣe yes, I mean, only appreciate and ẹ̀gbọ́n àwọn máa gbàgbọ́ ìlọ́wọ́ yín mẹ́rin. But kò ń ṣe pé kí èèyàn kan wá dé láti abroad kí wọ́n lọ jókòó pa síbẹ̀ torí pé ẹ fẹ́ jẹun ebi ń pa yín. Tí wọn bá níṣẹ́ lọ́wọ́ no wàá kọ́ appreciate wọn wàá dẹ̀ lọ. We must not miss this opportunity. The opportunity that we have right now can benefit us in the long term, but we must first stop this contraction. The reason why I just take you through this timeline. Ǹtọ́ bá mú wọn tọ́rì yá tèmi tí mo wà lábúrò bẹ́yẹn ṣe àǹfààní ìta wà nílé sójà ló máa fi nà yín pa. Wọ́n dẹ̀ fọlọ́pàá wọ́n dẹ̀ lè arrest yín gan sef because tó bá jẹ́ pé Nàìjíríà ni mo wà ní ni mo lọ pàtí yẹn kí lè rò kó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ tó bá jẹ́ pé Nàìjíríà ni mo wà ni mo lọ gate crash because mo lọ gate crash ni and jẹ́ sí journalist máa ń ṣe nìyẹn journalist máa ń gate crash ni kò síbi tí journalist lè wọ̀ ó kú bó ṣe fẹ́ wọlé ni o lè wọlé pẹ̀lú direct entry tó bá invite o lè wọlé pẹ̀lú back door o lè tún lè lo èèyàn nínú ilé iṣẹ́ journalist nìyẹn but ẹ imagine pé tó bá jẹ́ pé Nàìjíríà ni mo ti lọ bá wọn gate crash party yẹn ni wọ́n máa arrest me kódà pàǹtí ni máa sùn lálẹ́jọ́ yẹn because wọ́n á fi agbára pé àwọn làwọn ní agbára and this is what we cannot tolerate moving forward as a country. They will use the power. So, throughout the past 60 years of independence, what have you benefited from Nigeria? And why should we try to save Nigeria for some, corrupt elite, corrupt politician, corrupt media, corrupt system that care less about the Yoruba person? When we have option to do the needful now, and then we have value. Ṣé value yìí nísìnyí ṣé kò ní bá ẹ̀yin tó jẹ́ mùsùlùmí ni? Tẹ́yin mùsùlùmí tẹ́yin pariwo pé ẹ̀yin tá à ń ṣe yìí kò bá ìlànà ẹ̀sìn mu. Tẹ́yin kìrìsìtẹ́nì tẹ́yin knock off táwọn oníṣẹ̀ṣe náà. Why? Ṣé bí ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ṣe rí lẹ́nìí? They've used Yoruba land to enrich themselves and use Yoruba land to impoverish the Yoruba people. I was speaking to somebody in India yesterday, Yoruba. Imagine the access that one Indian in Nunilewa as against the access that one in order to learn. And we are all struggling because of a system that is not working. So let's move forward with the letter. Page and go through so that we can open the phone line. Hopefully. However, our efforts have not yielded any of good result for our people. Gbogbo akitiyan tí a ti ṣe, gbogbo àwọn tó kàwé, gbogbo àwọn tó ní ìmọ̀, ìhàn pè ní lánàá. What they are doing in their own team, they are I'm not going to give the name of the person, but I just want you to, because while he was talking to me, I was doing a quick laptop yeah. I do a lot of things. I think this is him. We have a lot of people that are Yoruba intelligent. I'm not going to give his name, but this person is an academic, a researcher, doctorate program in humanitarian, post-conflict restructuring and disaster management. We have brains all over the world, but our land cannot be developed because we are trapped in a country called Nigeria today. This person worked as a UN advisor to, I'm not going to mention the name of the country just for security reason, but he's a UN advisor. I'm just going through a CV now. This person's CV. An academic, a researcher, completing a doctorate program in humanitarian, post-conflict restructuring and disaster management. I'm going to mention the name of the university. The university is in Netherlands. I have conducted research and presented papers on disaster risk reduction management and humanitarian. They are working on things that whatever is going to happen, we must also have people to prepare for, I'm sure, at least based on what I've read. This is a Yoruba man. Ewo is m.phil, M-A-F-I-C-M, M-C-I-P-S, M-C-I-L-T. We have too much brains. But the reason why those brains are not working today is because we are trapped in Nigeria. And it will become a lost generation. So, transferable key skills, national government and international affairs, experience and skills. Thank you so much, Mr. Femi Kasali. He's a full member, just as so many of your members, but I have to appreciate him, just like I do appreciate every one of you. I hope you're listening. So, what are our skills that need in the past 60 years? Titi di wakati. Iṣẹ́ wo ni skills yẹn wọ́n ṣe nílẹ̀ tiwa gangan. These skills are working tirelessly round the clock in the world that we are living today. But these skills yẹn lò ní orí ilẹ̀ tiwa gangan. Àbí ọ̀rọ̀ gbẹ́tì kan tí mo sọ. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n fún yín ní programming and change management experience and skills, policy definition, pattern, change management, persuading, managing dependency, quality assurance, requirement management, coordination, assessment and evaluation. Problem, I'm giving the CV of one person, and everybody could I talk away go only brain could be that you back lossy university. But what we are saying is keep so that it can work together. We must take back our country back by fire, by force. And forget about whether Nigerian government might helicopter or we must say we are going. There's no longer Nigeria. That's what you need to understand. That language, Nigeria stop to exist. Is this Nigeria still exist? Because but the time what make declaration Nigerian government Nigeria money. How do you think the country will continue to function when there's a fight going on? Business. The first thing is the foreigner will leave. Should there be a crisis where the government continue to attack whether the southeast or the southwest because we want to leave Nigeria, there's no longer Nigeria. Civil war that even though okay, let's go back to the civil war. As at the civil war, in command function, and this time around is different. So all these issues. Thank you so much, World TV. This time around is different from that previous time in 1967 or 66 that Buhari is trying to say, we want to keep Nigeria. No, you're not keeping any Nigeria together. I'm not going to mention the name of the university. He has PhD in humanitarian, skills, and all these skills, university. He was at one university in 2001 in UK here. I won't mention the name of the university. I was also in another university here in UK in 1986. 1986. He was in another university here in UK in 1985. He was in a university in Glasgow in 1984. He studied also somewhere here. So imagine this person, all his life, education, but yet Kolirilo ni Ilewa. And that's just one out of so many of you doing so many good things. And those of us that were late, we are all the same. So we're going to open our phone line, but not yet. So let's continue. However, our efforts have not yielded any much of good result for our people. Ṣé gbogbo wàhálà ẹni tó kàwé títí nísìn àti ẹni tó wà nílé tó ń try láti ṣe ìgbìyànjú pé káràkátà là ń ṣe à ń lọ sóko, and everything is not working. Economy is going down. So ṣé kìíní show yield any result fún wa? Now moving forward, Yoruba people have now decided to manage their own affairs and to command on a Campbell. Let's break it down. On Campbell. So this is the pronunciation.
Unencumbered.
Unencumbered.